Welcome back to to the next segment. It's gonna be NFL. So for NFL this week, we're gonna recap of last week's games. Okay, so how do you feel? How do you feel about the Eagles and the Jaguars game?
I mean, I think I think you asked the question: Are both those teams contenders in their conference?
Yeah.
And I mean, I personally did not fully watch that game,
Hmm.
but I'll be interested to see how it sets the tone for the rest of the year because both of them looked really good up until that game, and they still. I mean, the Eagles obviously still look great, but
Yeah.
is is Trevor Lawrence different from last year? Is a big kind of question going away from that game. I think so, but
I think he is. I think he's the game is slower for him. So
yeah,
I think that helps him out a lot. Okay, so next, how what should Tua do in his situation?
yeah. I mean, it's bad. It's really bad on the Dolphins because let's also not forget they just got out of this Brian Flores
For it.
situation,
Oh
and
my
so
god.
it's been ignored, right? I mean, it's the season. People haven't
Yeah.
talked about it, but I mean that's two really bad situations for their ownership. I mean, God, in the span of 6, 7 months. I mean
Hmm.
that, and the fact that they fired a guy. I mean, I know he also represented the NFLPA, so
Yeah.
he probably wasn't very biased. But the fact they fired him just shows. I don't want to say they admitted their guilt, but I kind of feel like they did.
Yeah.
Tua, I don't really know. I don't know too much about concussions, but he needs to. I mean, he needs to seriously consider retiring. I mean, he had a great career at Bama, right? He can still go on and be successful in so many ways. I know you never want to give up their. He doesn't want to give up football, of course, but
Yeah.
with what we know now about all of these guys, I mean, and the average NFL player lifespan is only like 55, and that's for guys who don't have this bad of concussions in back-to-back weeks. So
Mhm. Yeah.
he needs to take a long look. I mean, I think God, it's such a tough situation. He just needs
Yeah.
to do whatever is going to keep him because I'm pretty sure he got married recently, so he's probably looking to start a family. I just think that needs to be taken into account.
Yeah.
So
I'll say this. I'll say Tua. Consider retirement. Put your
yeah,
body first.
yeah,
Put you first. So what? Football's gone. You can still commentate. You can still coach. You can do whatever. You're still gonna make
yep,
millions.
yep.
Like you're like just forget about football. Worry about things outside of football. Because at the end of the day, you were gonna hang up your cleats one day. So, God, you might as well do it now. I mean,
And the other thing to think about is what if he comes back and then he gets another one? Then it might be too late to do anything about it. So
yeah, that's the thing. That's what I'm scared of. Uh,
I just
I
and
would retire
it's just
from.
such a bad failure on the Dolphins' part.
Yeah, they
You
look so
it's
bad.
I
They look
mean
so
it's
bad.
the biggest takeaway from it. I mean, not even about two or anything. It's just that is just so bad. You can't let that happen.
But they look so bad. Okay. Um. When that Prescott comes back, should they insert him into the lineup or Cooper Rush still play?
Yes, he should be in the lineup. I mean,
Thank you.
his contract is crazy for one. You can't not play a quarterback. You're playing almost 40 million.
Thank you.
We can't forget who Dak was before his ankle injury, and he still looked good since then. And Cooper Rush is a great backup quarterback. Don't get me wrong, and he would be helpful to very many teams, but he's not Dak. So
Yes.
you have to take that in, but don't rush him back. Don't bring him back before he's ready, because then
Yeah.
that's where you have a problem. Cooper Rush is doing. I mean, he's winning games, right? He's perfectly fine until Dak is healthy. But when Dak is fully healthy to where he's going to get within, I mean, I'm not saying he has to get to 100%, but once he's 95, don't bring him back at 80. You
Yeah.
know, give him that extra week. And so, and don't bring him back on short rest. I don't want to see him I don't know if they play any Thursday night games soon, but
Yeah.
I don't want to see him, miss this week and then they play Sunday and he comes back. Or I don't want to see him come out of Sunday and then go have to play that next Thursday. So
Yeah. That's one thing I would hate. But I say it's a luxury to have Cooper Rush as your backup
yeah,
because not a lot of teams have that. So you can't honestly lean on him until your quarterback's 100% ready to come back.
mhm.
So I just think that was in a luxury situation.
But you can't consider keep starting him over Dak. If
Yeah.
not just for the money you're paying Dak alone. So
Yeah. Okay. Talk to me about the Ravens meltdown 2 weeks in a row. Cause
I think that yes, it's not good, right? I mean, it's obviously you never want to have a situation like that. But well, I mean, let's not forget. I mean, I know the Dolphins lost Tua, but they lost to good teams, right? I mean,
yeah.
the Bills, great team, and they were close losses too. I mean, both, the Dolphins was a 4-point loss and the Bills was 3-point loss. So I definitely wouldn't say if you're a Ravens fan, not time to freak out. Um, the Ravens need to not let it snowball, right? And it's tough. They play the Bengals. I mean, they have another tough game. And so if they drop this one, then I wouldn't say it's time to panic. Definitely not. But you can't let it carry over.
Yeah.
Even if they lose this one and it's 3 straight, you can't let it keep on carrying over.
I I just think that the the AFC North is not gonna be easy, especially when Deshaun comes back. So I just think the Ravens need to capitalize on their opportunities of winning games inside of the division now more than ever. But it like last week's game, yes, they went for on fourth down when they were right there at the goal line.
Yeah, yeah,
But at the same time, if they converted, we would not be talking about the Ravens
exactly.
how they are now. Like
It's
you
the
have to
same
think,
thing.
you have Lamar Jackson,
Hmm.
and you trust your quarterback. If he said let's go for it, you're going to go for it.
Yeah, and
Like
it's not.
you got just Tucker. Yeah, you could have took the points, but at the same time, say you don't get it that 3 yard line. So it's like
Hmm.
both options that they had at the table were beneficiary. But at the same time, you wanted that 6 and you wanted that cushion against Josh Allen led offense. So yeah,
Yeah,
I just
I don't think it was the wrong decision. I mean, it's one of those things. It gets hated on because it was wrong. If it was right, it would have been genius. I mean,
yeah.
it's
Okay,
nobody's fault. It just happened.
okay. So talk to me about the AFC West because it's like the same thing every year. But
It's
this year we hyped it up to the maximum.
it's surprising. I'll say that. I did not expect it to. I mean, for one, I know the Broncos are 2-2, and I guess they're playing right now. I don't know what the score is, but
Yeah,
they don't really look good. I mean, they don't look that good. The Raiders definitely don't look good, and jury's still out on what the Jaguars are. But the Chargers had that loss to the Jaguars. The Chiefs are still the Chiefs. You can't blame the Chargers for losing a close one to them. I
yeah,
think I think it's at least for this season. It's a little. I definitely would say panic mode on the Raiders and the Broncos. I would say the Chargers are sort of in a similar position as the Ravens. They need to win some games, but I still think both the Chargers and the Ravens are really good teams that even if they don't win the division, they need to win games to get in that wild card, and they can really make damage in the playoffs. But
yeah,
the Raiders and Broncos, I mean, I think it's time to panic. Russ has been horrible. So,
yeah. Okay. I think Mahomes showed that he's still the best quarterback in the league after
yeah.
that dominating performance against Bucks defense, who we thought was a prolific defense, but
Yeah.
uh, Mahomes just showed that it was basically like the passing of the torch moment right then and there.
And people forgot what he was. I mean, that last year made people think he was not still that guy, but he's that guy. There's no question.
Yeah.
They look great. The rest of the division is playing catch up.
They look phenomenal, and it's like they're doing it without Tyreek. I'm glad Tyreek is benefiting on where he's at, but I think it shows both sides really didn't need each other. I think they just come to each other really well, and now it's just like both of them are showing that they're still great without each other.
Yep.
That's what I feel like. Okay, so talking about Saquon's start of the season. So if you were to rate Saquon, like, how high would you have Saquon between running backs?
Okay, I want to not rush back into it because the past 2 years have not been great. But right now, I mean, I don't know if there's anyone who this season has looked better. But I would definitely, assuming everything keeps going well, he stays healthy. I mean, there's no way he's not in your top 5, right? I mean, you got Chubb, you've got CMC, Henry, if everyone's healthy. And then I feel like Saquon's right there with him. And then I feel like you say maybe Jonathan Taylor, but he's not been good this year. I think Saquon is the best this year, and I think if he can stay healthy, then he's top 3 going forward.
Yeah, I'll say this: Saquon is the most talented running back.
Yeah,
from
I agree with that.
If you put everything on the line with these things going on, I'll have Saquon number 1. But I think Saquon's top 3. I think no one's outperforming him right now.
No one's outperforming him.
But I think people will catch up to him in a way of production, running wise, but receiving wise. I think the person closest may be Derrick Henry, and we have to see what John Taylor does when he comes back off injury. But other than that, I don't think no one else will. I think he stays in that top tier range.
I just want to see him stay healthy through the midway point. I don't want to. I feel like there's so many players who have some injuries like this. We get the build up back to them, and then they get hurt again. If he can stay away from getting injured, which I think he can. I mean, he's a freak. I think his injury was a freak injury, of course.
Yeah.
I think he needs some more respect.
Oh no, he does. Oh no, he does.
He's still that guy we saw at Penn State in that first year.
Oh, definitely. Like when I see him, I'm like, man, this reminds me of Penn State Saquon. And like when Saquon's healthy, the whole football world is happy. So that's why I believe. Okay, so give me your top 3 in your MVP race.
Yeah. I think Mahomes is obviously up there. I think Mahomes might be my 1. I don't really want to put too much of a ranking. I think Jalen Hurts is still up there.
Yeah.
I think it's Mahomes and Jalen Hurts are my top 2 guys. And I think everyone else is a little bit behind. But I think if I'm saying top 4, it's Josh Allen or MVP's not by conference, is it? Or is it?
Nah, it's not by conference.
Okay,
it's overall.
So it's all right. So Josh Allen, Lamar, Jalen Hurts, and Pat Mahomes. That's got to be my top 4. And so I think that also correlates with how good their teams are. So I think as good as their teams, as those 4 guys' teams are, is going to factor big into who wins MVP. But it's Hurts and Mahomes, and I think Josh Allen's right there behind.
Yeah, I'll say 1 Mahomes. 1 Mahomes. 2 Jalen Hurts because of his record. 3 Josh Allen.
Yeah, that's the same reason I have it. I think it's those 3. I think there's a little bit of a drop off, and then there's Lamar, and I think everyone else is just
kind
of catch up.
Yeah, that's what I believe.
I just want to
Okay.
see. I just want to see because I know Patrick Mahomes and I know Josh Allen can keep this up for the whole season. I want to see can Jalen Hurts do it? And that's what I want to see.
Yeah, if Jalen Hurts is able to, I don't think it's crazy for him to be that to
Definitely
be
not.
be MVP for me.
Yeah,
I don't
definitely
think
not.
it's for me. Let's see. Okay, for predictions of the week, let's see who we have. Okay, for the NFL, Giants versus Packers.
I yeah, that's in London, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm just I'll say Giants. I think
Mm.
Saquon keeps looking good. I think Andrew Thomas is really holding that. I had to bring up Georgia player. Andrew Thomas really holding down that left tackle spot. Um,
Yeah.
I think the Giants. I think the Giants defense is decently good. So I'll say the Giants win, but I won't be surprised either way.
Yeah. That's what I believe. Okay. Um.
Well,
What
and
about that's on what?
I was saying that was if Daniel Jones plays because I know he's a little banged up. I know he's supposed to play, but
Yeah.
if Daniel Jones doesn't play, give me Packers.
Yeah. I'm 50-50 on both because Packers, Aaron Rodgers, Giants, Saquon. I think this all comes down to the defensive battle, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
I think
It
yeah,
all
who
depends
has the
on-
better defense is gonna, and it
Yeah.
depends how the game goes. If the
Yeah.
Packers get out ahead, if the Packers get out ahead, the Giants are in trouble. But if the Giants get out ahead, then I mean they have Aaron Rodgers. They're not in trouble if they get behind. I just think if the Packers jump on top of them and it ends up 14-0 quick,
Yeah.
then or if they're still behind late and they can't go to Saquon in the running game like they want to, then I think it gets a little iffy for them. But if they can stay within their game plan and keep feeding Saquon, I think the Giants pull it off.
Okay. What about Steelers versus Bills?
I'm gonna take the Bills. I don't think that's very close. I'm excited to see how Kenny Pickett does. I
Yeah.
think I think it'll be interesting. Seems like it'll be good for their passing game because Mitch Trubisky is he's just not good. I mean,
Nah,
it's
Mitch.
just end it right there. He's just not good. But yeah, the Bills
Okay.
should win easily, but it's NFL, so
They should, but you know how things go in the NFL.
yeah,
Anything can happen.
yep.
What about Dolphins versus Jets?
I actually think it'll be interesting because I'll go ahead and say I'm gonna take the Dolphins. Um,
Okay.
Teddy Bridgewater, right?
Yeah.
Still could keep. I mean, I think Tua was having a great year, but Teddy Bridgewater, he's shown time and time again. I don't know why people keep doubting him. I mean, same thing as Cooper Rush and Dak. They're very fortunate to have such a, in my opinion, good backup. I
Right.
don't think the Jets are there that yet. They look much improved, but I think Teddy Bridgewater will be able to get the ball to and Waddle and not to Waddle and Tyreek, and they'll be able to do what they've done all year.
Yeah. That's what I think. Okay. I just think the Dolphins are lucky they have Teddy Bridgewater as a backup and now as a starter. Because Teddy Bridgewater is basically doing the same thing that he did with the Saints in a way.
Yep.
Because when he had to come in for Drew Brees and he went undefeated, so I
Yeah.
just think Teddy B can hold up the Dolphins afloat for a winning record to me. So I'll say the Dolphins, but I think it'll be very competitive because I'm
Yep.
excited to see how Zach Wilson plays in the second
Yeah.
game.
I'll be excited to see that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What about the Falcons and Bucks?
I mean, I'm gonna take the Bucks. Sadly, very sadly, but I mean, I think it's still the Bucks. I mean, not reigning, but
Yeah,
won the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Team isn't all that different team, but I mean, they still have Tom Brady, right? I know
yeah.
he hasn't been great this year, but they still have him. The Falcons quarterback is still Marcus Mariota, who he's been he's been decent, but
Yeah. I just think the Falcons can put up a fight first half, but second half
mhm.
Tom Brady and company will take over.
I just want to
That's
see competitive from the Falcons. No blowing leads. Please don't get up and blow it. But if they just keep it, just show me something, right? I don't expect them to win. I just want to see something. So
yeah. Okay. So
get
what
Pitts a
about
touchdown. How about that one?
I don't think they will.
I can
I
hope.
don't I think they can force a turnover.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think that first turnover for sure. And that the way the Bucks passed the ball so much, and the way like Leonard Fournette had negative rushing yards last game.
hmm
I've never seen that. And it's just
I
like
also want to see
having
now that more attention is on Drake. Now that Drake London's kind of broke out, I want to
mhm.
see how he does now that there's more attention on him.
Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. Okay. The Cowboys versus Rams.
Um, I'll yeah. The Cowboys just keep winning. I mean, that's so I'm tempted, but I'm gonna say the Rams. I just think they're still they're still Super Bowl champions, right?
Yeah.
But the Cowboys keep winning, so I don't want to count them out. But I'll take the Rams in this one.
Give me the Cowboys. I don't care what's going on. Matthew Stafford has looked
He's
not
a guy.
himself.
Yeah.
The defense, they looked suspect at times. I'm taking the Cowboys. Cooper Rush is gonna have a phenomenal. I think he's gonna have a efficient game. I think he won't turn the ball over. I think he has like 2 to 3 throwing touchdowns, but I think he'll do okay. And I think they'll lean a little bit more in the second half with Tony Pollard instead of Zeke. That's what I think. Okay, so now the last two games: Eagles versus Cardinals.
I'm gonna take the Eagles. I think they keep winning. I think Jalen Hurts keeps playing well. Um, yeah, I mean, ain't much more to say than that. They've looked really good this year,
Yeah.
and
Uh,
I think they'll
give me
continue it.
the. Yeah, I think the Eagles did the right job of building from the trenches out
hmm
because when they were on the second and third stringers against the Jaguars and they still look dominant on the offensive line, and then it shows that trenches matters in the games because the Eagles defensive linemen were getting Trevor Lawrence and making him throw the ball. It felt like every possession, so I just feel like the Eagles are the better overall around team. And I think it won't be close. I think Kyler gets frustrated, and I think he mentally checks out in this game.
Yeah, I can
To
see it.
me,
I don't think. I mean, NFL close a lot different than college close. I can see Eagles winning by 2 touchdowns. I wouldn't really say that's close. I don't think the game will ever be in doubt for Eagles. I mean, they
yeah,
might, they might. I mean, Cardinals might score the first touchdown, but I don't think we'll ever get to a point where we're worried about the Eagles winning.
yeah. Okay, what about the Bengals versus Ravens?
I mean, I'm a big fan of the Ravens. I'm taking them to bounce back this week after 2 tough losses. I think Lamar is. I mean, he was in my top 4 in MVP candidates. I think he's still. I mean, we know he's that guy. Um,
Yeah,
they've got to get a win. I don't think you can let it go to 3. I don't think the season's over if they do, but I don't think they can let it get to 3. They need to win. I think they'll get it.
I think this week the Ravens come back, and I think Lamar goes for 400 total yards plus. That's what I think. Because the
Yep,
Bengals
I
defense
agree.
is good, but I think he goes for 400 total yards plus. And I think he contributes 4 touchdowns to the win.
I think he leans on Mark Andrews. I think Mark Andrews gets 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Rashad Bateman will have a bounce back game from a
I could
couple.
definitely see him getting loose for one.
Yeah, a couple subpar weeks. I think he comes back in and performs. Okay, so what about the Raiders and Chiefs?
I I mean, Raiders full on panic button for me. I think Mahomes just continues what he's doing. The Chiefs just continue what they're doing, and they dig the Ravens in an even further hole in the AFC West, and it's starting to look like their playoff hopes are all but gone. So I think the Chiefs just continue rolling. The Raiders continue struggling.
Yeah, I just think Mahomes is too dominant. He's too hot right now, and I just think the Raiders defense can't control that. So I think Mahomes probably go for 350. Travis Kelsey's doing his 100
Yeah,
yards and a touchdown at least.
and
I think I,
I feel
I
like he
think I
always
think
does that against the Raiders.
bro, he looks
Every
so good.
time I see him play, he just
And then and I just think I think I think Juju Smith has a really good game this week.
yeah, I'm pretty high on him on the Chiefs. Um, I think he'll settle into some spots and coverage, and I think Mahomes will get it to him. He'll have a good game.
Yeah, that's what I think. Well, that's it. You went through everything. We went through all topics. Went through everything. So I appreciate you, Gabe, for coming on. So do you have any last final words for the fans?
Uh, it's going to be Alabama and Georgia in the Natty again. Georgia's going to win it. They're going to repeat, and I'll give a Super Bowl pick. I'll take the Bills to win it.
Yeah,
Bills
yeah.
win it versus. God, I don't even know. Bills or Chiefs. I know they're same conference.
Ooh,
That's who's gonna win.
I said for me, I said the Eagles will. I said the Eagles can make a playoff run, Super Bowl run. I think the Eagles and the Bills will be in it.
I just
think
want
the
to see
Bills
the
win.
Eagles. I mean, I don't want to say it came out of nowhere, but them
Yeah,
starting for maybe, probably 5-0. Then I want to see if are they real or are they kind of frauds like the Cardinals were last year. So,
yeah,
but if they keep it up, I see no reason why they shouldn't make it and why they shouldn't have a chance to win it.
yeah.
But
That's what
I wouldn't count out a lot of the experienced teams in the NFC. But I think we'll see another Bills Chiefs classic in the AFC side of things.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you, Gabe, for coming on. Well, fans, I see you guys on the next episode. Peace.